Hello, everyone. It's Angelo Robles, and greetings. I seem to be enjoying these unofficial summer as of now, but it is past Memorial Day. A Friday, late morning my time. I'm on the East Coast. We're having a beautiful weather week, finally. The spring was a little late to arrive, as we'd like to say. I'll be heading out to the Rockies, including Jackson Hole and Aspen, relatively shortly for a little block of time and doing some great things with peers and family offices there. So stay tuned in the coming weeks into July. I'll be more outdoors shooting some videos and interacting as well. So hopefully many of you will enjoy that. So I hope you're going to be heading into a great weekend. And again, the weather is really popping, at least in this part of the country. I hope you're enjoying. Like I said in some other videos and lives, and this is live across my platforms, I do want to encourage feedback and questions, almost a little bit of ask me anything Q&A. But I would like to focus on a couple of initiatives that I'm doing this summer. But yes, at the end, I'll talk just a little bit about my AI Family Office Masterclass, but many of you have heard a fair amount on that already. So I'd like to talk about two other initiatives that I'll be initiating this summer and keeping very, very active, both while I'm here in Rural-esque Connecticut, the greater New York area, or in the Rockies, Wyoming, in Colorado, etc. I hope to also do a brief little member gathering, a luncheon in Beverly Hills. So hopefully I'll have a chance to be there. We're looking at early August. So lots going on. The summer will be for sure very, very busy. So why don't we officially begin? So I would like to introduce, I think I briefly only mentioned it once before, 2 weeks ago, something that I think is unique called the 360 Single Family Office Review. This is really something I've been thinking about for years. Imagine an elite diagnostic for the world's most sophisticated families. I mean, families really of true wealth. A single family office for them shouldn't just be a structure. It really is your infrastructure, your shield, your intelligence system, what I would like to call your operating engine. But for most SFOs, despite these resources, this applies to MFOs as well, they're often running on legacy thinking. In some ways, overcomplicated, definitely under-optimized, bloated, often with talent and advisors, yet blind, even then, to critical risk. And the stakes, well, they're enormous. Privacy breaches, tax inefficiency, succession failure, not optimizing for investing, and certainly institutional drift. So that's why I created the 360 Single Family Office Review that we're officially rolling out the last week in June. So about 2 more weeks to go, a little longer. A deep multidisciplinary, we'll get to that in a second, diagnostic of your family office's core architecture. That's the word I'm looking for. Designed to stress test, upgrade, and future-proof your most critical systems. Now, here's where I think it gets important. One, this is not outsourced. It's personally led, engineered by me, deeply experienced over decades in the single and broadly family office community in design, architecture, and optimization. But here's the key. It really is a partnering effort alongside of, we'll make this announcement in 2 weeks, one of the world's, if not the world's, top tax attorneys, really for billionaires and significant families. Together, we bring decades of pattern recognition across hundreds, if not more, of elite family offices, plus direct experience of both of us as principals, investors, and operators as well, that have our own family office structures and holdco and are living through it. So selectively, we bring, I would say, targeted contributors, select governance experts, deep thinkers and AI infrastructure architects, of course, with me, and each one focused on one goal: to ensure your family and your family office is compliant, optimized, intelligent, and truly future ready. So this is definitely not just a surface level audit. It really is a forensic, strategic, and operational deep dive focused on multiple, but probably 5 core critical domains. One, with this gentleman's incredible stature in the legal and tax community: legal architecture and tax optimization. Is your legal structure defensible, modular, and strategically resilient? Are holding companies, management entities, trust designed for compliance and advantage? Now, my strength will also be complementing that in operational workflows and kind of what I would loosely define as governance alignment. How does your family office actually run? Is your org chart enabling or diluting? Do you have decisions for clarity, control, and accountability? How about systems, intelligence, and technology stack? That will definitely be a strength. Are you using the right tools, intelligent tools? Are you still relying on spreadsheets and status meetings? Where does AI augment and can augment decision making and reduce risk? And then focus each of us a little more from his perspective and maybe select others on risk, compliance, and jurisdictional strategy. Are your asset protections robust across borders? Are you ahead of regulatory drag or exposed by it, actually? And of course, succession, continuity. My private membership community is called SFO Continuity, after all. So, succession, continuity, and rising gen integration. Is your next gen aligned, empowered, or really, as common, drifting in the shadows? Is your continuity plan a real strategy, or really is it more of a placeholder? So each, to give you a little context of it, and I'll do more. It's not on my website yet. It will be in the coming weeks. And I'll do more promotions, including with the other gentleman who, again, is just like the top of the food chain in terms of what he does. So each 360 review begins with a comprehensive intake. How else could it not? And really a data request. We will run effectively what amounts to a multi-week diagnostic process, including multiple interactions from private Zooms, document analysis, interviews, workflow modeling and understanding. And then you receive, once it's all done, a confidential, customized report outlining strengths, vulnerabilities, and blind spots. A proprietized roadmap with strategic recommendations for implementation, definitely access to best-in-class frameworks used by the world's top families. But really, I don't want to get bogged down in benchmarking and best practices. They're okay. Nothing beats first principles thinking. I've been pounding that for a long time. And the opportunity from your perspective to engage with really the best of the best experts for execution support. So, like, why this matters now? Because most family offices are really not that good. A global environment that is not getting easier, it's getting more complex. AI is displacing entire functions, yet many of you have no idea, outside of OpenAI and using the basics of ChatGPT, comical in terms of what to do. Geopolitics, who more than ever, is fragmenting. Regulatory regimes are tightening in many ways, especially those with global interest. And tax authorities are becoming and will be becoming more aggressive than ever before. If your SFO or your family office in general is not agile, intelligent, and legally fortified, it is vulnerable. And this offering exists to change that, to ensure that what you've built doesn't just survive, but really adapt, scales, and leads in effectively a new world. So, sure, it's not going to be for every family and family office. It's for those who only care about excellence, who want to operate at the highest level, who take nothing for granted and are ready to pressure test, well, in some ways, everything. I mean, it doesn't matter whether it's a 50 to $100 million more digital family office or a deca billionaires family office. These offices are all preparing for all the changes that I noted, the economic turmoil, the geopolitical challenges, and the relentless march of AI, and the generational transition and leadership change that is inevitable. These offices are often, it can be, navigating on multi-jurisdictional, that complicates matters, and families who suspect they might even be, to some degree, overpaying, but more importantly, underperforming. That's really the problem. So imagine kind of refactor and rebuild, so to speak. If you believe the family and the family office deserves a next level family office, not just a legacy holding structure, this is your moment to act. My 360 family office review is effectively really the first step. It's confidential, it's bespoke, and I promise you it will be transformational. So at this moment, as we're leading into it, and I can announce my partner, I guess you could say, in doing this, and others that will be around the periphery that will add incredible value, any of you could reach out to me and effectively pre-request a booking for kind of an initial 30 minutes, perhaps Zoom, sometime in late June to early July. I'd also like to talk about, and this is up on my website now, and I'm just really rolling it out this summer. Again, a busy summer. I'm really excited about this. Family office mansion. So this is the ultimate, this will be a long one, folks, the ultimate private intelligence and strategy experience exclusively for one family at a time. It's not a retreat. It's a command center. It's for 4 days. So a transformational 4 days, your family effectively through me takes over a private mansion. Let's get away from your core location, too many distractions. I want you to be fully immersed, you and your rising generation and your family office, in really high stakes decision making. Now imagine doing on the spot right there, AI native structuring and future focused strategy with no distractions, just your family office, me, and a hand selected based on your needs that will understand dream team of elite, often in-person experts. Most family offices are outdated. Let's just face it. They're operating on models that were built for stability, but definitely not for speed. The world has changed. AI, geopolitical shocks, market dislocation, political bifurcation like never before. Wealth no longer survives being passive. It thrives on control. It's for, like I said, it's for principals, heirs, and executives facing generational challenges or really simply high stakes decisions. I don't know, $50 million plus investments in directs, exits, restructures, really big decisions. If you're looking to transform your family office in literally those 4 days into more of an AI native opportunity generating machine, then this is for you. So I ask this question: do you have a 7 or 8-figure decision to make? Then you need more than advisors and groupthink. You need intelligence, precision, and speed. At Family Office Mansion, we build your private AI family office kind of actually right there, live and in real time. So what happens inside? We stress test your structure's exposing blind spots and risk. We architect your sovereign AI stack, knowing what to do from that perspective, maybe depending, let's see, the NVIDIA DGX Spark AI supercomputer chip, using secure open source LLMs. We deploy custom, it's a little bit of the secret sauce, AI agents for diligence, investment modeling, governance, and more. We build effectively your cognitive OS, your operating system, your knowledge graph, your reasoning engine. We embed effectively an intelligence feed. Agents, meaning AI agents trained to scan global data and detect asymmetric opportunities. This is not the future. It's right now, and it's working pretty darn great. You don't just get insights, you get a machine that helps the humans in the decision. So I almost look at it as kind of a three-phase kind of transformation. Kind of phase one, strategy briefing before we even get to the mansion, and intelligence assessment. I really have to go very, very deep with you. Almost a family office audit, even an AI readiness evaluation, threat mapping, opportunity modeling, and custom team design. Part of it will be an AI infrastructure blueprint. Phase two is actually that mansion takeover. Yourself, your team, me, and my dream team of incredible. These are the best of the best. And yeah, they cost a fair amount of money to bring in. So full immersion into geopolitical strategy, direct investing, AI infrastructure, next-gen leadership and governance. Imagine AI, well, really LLMs, AI, and AI agents simulating high-stakes outcomes, modeling for tax and legal impacts, and power macro strategy. Your heirs will actually lead and enact in real time. Yeah, we get a lot done in these 4 days. Not much time for play. Hopefully you'll allow me to smoke a cigar by the pool at night and join me, though family that is there, of course. So phase three is also the post-event execution, advisory support for rollout, access to a variety of different things from proprietary intelligence and strategic ecosystem implementation follow through with my machine learners, AI integration engineers, etc. So you are going to need that. It's not just 4 days and you're set it and forget it. You will leave. Here's what I will say. You will leave with answers to your biggest decisions. You will leave with systems to act on them, and you will operate effectively, like incredibly sovereign, independent. So and yes, the AI is an important part of this. I think you're all so underestimating how good it is right now. 5 people with 50 AI agents will outperform 50 people with 5 tools easily. And those who master AI today, they won't just be preserving wealth. That's it. Listen to, I'm forgetting his name now, the gentleman who ran the Walton family and was a senior executive in Bill Gates. I did that interview with Stefan about a month ago. And we talked about don't get bogged down in wealth preservation that has many negative connotations and is not always the right approach. Think about shaping global capital flows today and into the future. Only one family at a time in my family office mansion that is ready to rock. We're ready to do this now. There's no audience. There's no noise. So no one, as far as I know, no one is doing these things that I'm describing. And certainly no one is doing it from having the personal principle and family dynamic experiences that I do, coupled with my AI fluidity knowledge and implementation. So again, in a little bit of a recap and reviewing a couple of things for the summer. And by the way, if you're in position and what you want to do is relax and enjoy the summer, kudos to you. You enjoyed it. There's many incredible places here in the US and around the world. Go, travel, enjoy. For me, I have been there and I've done that. And I want to do more of that in the future, but not this summer. I see what's going on here in this country politically. I look at the global picture with geopolitics, and I will be going to Vienna in October and traveling some here in the US during the summer, sure, probably a trip to Mexico as well, where I have a fair amount of relationships and contacts in early September. But I look at all those things I noted, economic uncertainty, challenges in the stock market, and of course with me, you know I'm going to mention AI. It will never be weaker than it is today, and it is going to be the control layer for everything. It's inevitable. And it is a massive Cold War that might get hot with the only real competitor we have here in the US, and that is China. And again, there will be different discussions. I know I have not done a lot lately on investing opportunities in AI, robotics, and space tech. That is coming up this summer as well. And a little bit more some of the big picture items. That is coming up as well. And I got some great guests coming up on my digital programming that are all booked for several weeks out. Uh, Many of you heard some of my recent last week or two interviews where some of them got a little combative and challenging. And you know what? That's, I hope, what makes me different. I don't want to be vanilla. I don't want to be like everyone else. I want to be contrarian because I think those are the right things to do and to challenge the status quo, the so-called perception and how we get our mind bent on quote unquote experts. But many of you heard my video on my perception of quote unquote experts from a couple of weeks ago. Go back into my platforms or even my LinkedIn and my little solo video. I think I was outdoors when I shot that. So enjoy. But this is a summer for me. There's too much going on. Too much. I have work to do and things I need to accomplish. So for me, my big initiatives, as many of you know, coming up in a couple of weeks, June 23rd and June 24th, is my in-person, very immersive AI family office masterclass. It's all up on my website, and many of you have heard me speak about it before. There's nothing like this in the family office community. If you go to my website, go to AI Family Office, scroll down on that page a little bit, you could click the link for the curriculum. I'm giving that away. And it's very technical. It's not meant to be fun, although we will have poker night on Monday night, day one. So that will be fun. It's New York City, beautiful time of year. But I got you from 8:30 to 6 o'clock. It's hard work and a working lunch, nothing fancy. Me and incredible instructors. I was so fortunate to bring some of the world's best to New York. And really, I do think in 48 hours, effectively those 2 days, everything could change for you. You're going to be in that top 1% that has a foundation in the AI family office. You're going to have the right resources and tools at your fingertips, the right hardware, or at least knowing what to do, and understanding the integration of AI agents, API. And again, what did I say earlier when I was talking about the family office mansion? Do you have a 7 to 8 figure, maybe 9 figure decision to make? I don't know, taxes, estate planning, an exit, a purchase, an investment, a direct deal. Do you have a 7 to 8 figure decision to make? I'm going to assume that you do. Even if you don't think that you don't, you actually probably do. Think a little bit about that. I promise you, understanding how to use LLMs, AI, and building and working with AI agents will give you resources and information for you to make a far more intelligent decision. I said earlier, 5 people in a multi-billion-dollar family office with 50 plus of the right agents, AI agents, will outperform 50 real people. They'll work 24/7. They're tireless. They don't have office politics. Everything is changing. So one question came in, what LLM? Well, that's not, it's a combination of many of them because no one platform is so perfect. And just in the last 2 weeks, the advent of changes in what occurred with Perplexity, with Gemini, with Anthropic are game changing. Now, I don't want to get bogged down because many of you have heard my AI Family Office Masterclass stuff before, but now we're in countdown. Now we're effectively about 2 weeks away, and this is a chance to change everything. 1, you need the right hardware. 2, the hardware should have the proper number of gigabytes where you should learn how to use Olama and download open source platforms. When you do that, you don't have your proprietary prompts and information and the output from it touch the cloud and train the system. You have to learn all of this, and it really isn't that hard. I'm 60 years old, and I did it. I'm not naturally AI native. I put in the work. I know the right people. I made mistakes, and I learned. You can too. If I could do it, you could do it. Now, there's so much more to that than the little glimpse I just gave. And people in that masterclass, they're going to walk out at a different level. Now, sure, there'll be implementation, execution. To take it a step further, you'll need some level of AI integration engineer, machine learners, maybe only a block of 10 or 20 hours, and I could help arrange that. Nothing for it for me, just some of my instructors and relationships that I know. But yes, you do got to be a member or you got to pay me to be part of the masterclass. This is real proprietary information and not really a surprise here. Many of you are interested in AI from the investment angle. And I admit I've not done enough about that since probably coming back from Palm Beach 2 months ago, where we got a lot of that. So I am going to start to do some more of that this summer. But in terms of those of you that are integrating it, you're going to be able to do more with less, better, and faster. I don't even know if it's 1%. Your weight, get out of your ego, get out of the ignorance, admit that, and step away from the fear, which I do understand, because you could do more with less implies you may be challenged. Aren't you going to be in a better position as an executive to be more fluid and understanding and being able to implement and execute with some of the resources at your fingertips to make you valuable? Longer term, we all may have some concerns. We'll deal with that in the months and years to come. But for now, ignoring it, being ignorant, or being fearful of it is not going to be a solution. It's not going to help you as a family, as an executive, or as an advisor. I know my price is a premium for what I'm putting on, and it's going to change everything for you. Everything. You just have to do it. Go to angelorobles.com, go to AI Family Office, and dive on in. I already got 8 people signed up. I really wanted to have 3 or 4. It grew a little bigger than I thought I could hold. It's a pretty intimate boardroom, like 2 more. So we're getting a little close to the end on that. Will I do more of these? Yes. But will people that get a 3 or 4 month advantage, is that going to matter? Like, it might. And again, I go back to, do you, and you do when you don't think that you do you have a 7 to 8 figure decision to make? And will this help you way more than people that really aren't that good from consultants and others? 90% of the people that you think are valuable effectively waste your time. Sometimes they do it through ignorance. Sometimes they do it to misdirect you. There's a variety of factors. Sometimes it's not so malicious. It's just they're really just not that good. You have to wake up to realities. The world is different. It's moving really quick. So the other thing that I noted, and again, keeping busy, my members, you should also join. I'm really busy this summer, besides the masterclass, doing a bunch of lunches and breakfast in New York. Those will be somewhat more investment oriented. I'll give some of my 10X investment ideas, things that I'm doing, but a lot of other things where, bring your problems to the table and let's talk about it. Bring opportunities. Let's have that discussion. And when I go out to the West Coast a little bit this year, also kind of taking that with me. But in recapping a little bit of the final, or the 2 things I spoke about to really lead in this Friday here in the summer, as we're in relatively early June, my 360 family office review. And I know I'm leaving out some key facts in terms of actual engagement and cost and things like that. I'm leaving that a little vague because I will, 1, have a little bit of surprise announcement on that. But 2, I want to make sure that I officially roll this out. What we're hoping is late June into early July, with effectively a partner at it that, we have no financial tie-in at all. It's I do what I do in the single family office world. He does what he does. And he may be the best from a tax and infrastructure perspective. And oh man, is he good. And he's a big name and a brand, especially among the billionaires. So we're really excited to team up on this. If you wanted to be in line for, hey, Angelo, could we at least have a 20 or 30 minute talk about it? Would you be able to get him on a call or Zoom? Let's start to pre-book that now. So I would look at late June into early and mid-July and reach out to me. Email is angelo@angelorobles.com. You get a pretty prominent person who may know a thing or two on first principles and operational workflows and AI, coupled with him on structuring and taxes, you got a pretty powerful 1-2 punch there. And we're willing to have that initial conversation and see where it goes. There's nothing wrong with, and my concern with some of you more as executives, even in an MFO, and there are some correlations that we could be of value there, of course, as well. Like, don't let ego get in the way. You can't do everything perfectly. You often need a other set of eyes that is somewhat detached and removed. And the opportunity to have excellence at your fingertips, I think, provides, one, it says something about you, and it also will give you the resources to better benefit the family office and the family. So you could reach, before we do make that announcement digitally and on my homepage and all that, I am pre-booking with him. So we could do that now for late June into early mid-July. You just have to email me, and then we'll book that. Let's even call it a 30-minute Zoom if you want. If you prefer a 3-way call, it's all good. Family offices need this. They need it badly. And they need a different set of eyes from who they currently have for a variety of reasons to help review it. And possibly what you're doing is pretty damn awesome. Let's find out. And again, in recapping, and I know some of you felt it might have been a unique name calling it Family Office Mansion. I mean, I got the URL, and that really is what it is. It's family office. We're going to a mansion. I want you removed from both my backyard and yours. I don't want any distractions. So there's multiple locations. Could be Jackson Hole if you want. Could be Aspen. Could be the outskirts of Las Vegas. Could be Dallas. It's multiple locations that I know that I think could be a good fit. I also enjoy Tennessee, by the way, so let's go. Unless they're playing the Oklahoma Sooners. And if we're talking football, no. Tennessee won last year. That's not acceptable. So let's take over that mansion. Now, this is different than even my AI masterclass or AI family office masterclass. One, it's twice as long. I mean, hell, we're sleeping in the same house. Like, this is really immersive 24/7. And here's the big one. It's just your family, no others, no distractions. And the work that is done pre that, leading up to it, is very, very comprehensive. And multiple hours of work, probably dozens from my perspective, less so yours. But you do have to fill out some pretty complex questionnaires and some phone calls and Zooms so we could lead into it and really be rocking when we get to our 4 full complete days at the mansion. And just like the 360 review, and really just like the AI Family Office Masterclass, I'm not doing this alone. In that case, although there may be 1 or 2 that come in digitally into the Family Office Mansion, really, I want to bring in 2 or 3 or 4, depending on what your core goals are. What is that 7, 8, and 9-figure decision that you have to make, where me bringing in the best of the best, whether it's for 2 hours, 1 day, or multiple days? And these people are expensive. They, in legal, they may be $2,000 an hour folk. Now, I could negotiate, and they love me, of course, and I often do good for them without getting anything back in return. So I negotiate that to be, usually, I hope, a much better price. But my family office mansion experience, no one else is doing it. Well, like a lot of the things I do, of course, no one else is doing it and living through it. And yes, this is expensive. We're talking about a mansion. We're talking about each coming to a set location and me needing to bring in top level talent and then me getting the best out of them. And yes, do I feel, turning it a little back to AI, that with the right people and just your family and no distractions over 4 days and the right leading up to the experience at the mansion, that we could literally implement the architecture on the spot over those days of an AI family office. So unlike the masterclass, which is more teaching and some hands-on, This is actually also executing, which is really kind of a different level. And I go back to, yet again, what 7, 8, 9-figure decision do you have to make? And what having the most incredible resources at your fingertips and having the architecture of it, coupled with human interaction, including your own family office, be incredible. And an advisor or two to you and your family that you may want to bring, I'm okay with it. We all learn and collaborate together. So, yes, the family office mansion experience is highly exclusive. Yeah, it's wickedly expensive. It's a premium. We're talking into the six figures, of course. Now, part of it's going to depend on the customization of what you want to accomplish as a family and family office. What's the big picture, the goals on the table? Sometimes the size of the problem and the depth of complexity of it, coupled with a variety of experts and what I'm going to have to bring in. And again, if they're machine learners and AI, they're going to have to actually build and execute right there on the spot. So going back a little bit to that question, you also want to have proprietary sovereign systems that are not training the systems on your LLMs, AIs, really more LLMs. But you also got to know where to use programs that are not as private, from Anthropic to OpenAI. And I'm really loving Perplexity lately. Okay, that's one little tip. As they adapted what they do in Perplexity Pro on the finance side, wow. But if you don't know what to prompt, if you don't know how to use it, and there's definitely probably more art than science in this, we'll talk about this and I'll give away my secrets at the AI Family Office Masterclass. I'm not going to do it more publicly here. Sorry. And at the Family Office Mansion, well, that is just boom, like we're there and we're actually doing it. I know that in all these things that I'm doing this summer, that I could change everything. I know that I'm correct about this future. I don't even really want to admit that my timelines are a little too soon. I just don't think so. I'm not surprised that others aren't really getting it. And many of you saw the part of my interview with my friend, great guy, Ron Diamond, how we definitely had some clashes. Go up on my YouTube if you haven't seen it yet. And this was definitely one of them. Like, it's already way better than a people-based, quote unquote, investment committee. Unless you're telling me that your investment committee is packed with Warren Buffett, Stan Druckenmiller, and all these incredible titans, and even then it would be further augmented by AI and AI agents. Again, I know some of you feel I'm a little forceful in this. Just be careful with the ego and your ignorance. Ignorance has nothing to do with your intelligence. It means you're busy. It means you just don't see the value in finding the time to put in often dozens of hours of work to form the correct thesis and have the opportunity to move forward with the relationships that can help you do it. You got to get by that. You got to get by the fear. And yeah, what I'm doing is unique and highly proprietary. You will pay. You will join and be a member and or one-off on the other experiences that I'm noting. My members get significant discounts off, quote unquote, the AI Family Office Masterclass and the Family Office Mansion. But the mansion, by its nature of being such an incredible location, coupled with bringing in incredible people, that like there's no way to do that cost effectively. And what do you want me to? I want you to get all of me and all of my team for us to over deliver. And again, literally at that moment, build your AI family office and address right there the integration of your rising generation, their engagement, your whole team workflows, and bring me that 7, 8, 9-figure or more decision that you need to make and how this is going to augment and help you make a better decision. Do you want to have the best possible outcome and the odds of achieving that outcome? I can't guarantee it's going to happen. I wish I could, but life doesn't work that way. But I am going to put you in a far greater position for that to happen. Again, I know I've said this over and over, and I know I could repeat and be grating to some people. I understand that my family often feels the same way. I get obsessed about what I do. I've been obsessed about the single family office community since the first day that I stepped in it. I am imperfect. I make mistakes. I've stumbled. I've failed. I have regrets. But you can't take away that I have a level of intelligence and I have an obsession and passion and resilience about what I do. And I know that I'm at the forefront. I know that I was that way 10 years ago in Bitcoin and other initiatives in my thinking of family offices evolving. I am way more sure, not the best English in the world, was it? But way more sure about AI, not just from investing, but that's going to be incredible. And the impact to society, which could be incredible but scary. And the challenges that we're all having now. I am sure about this as the control layer for everything and the foundation of family offices and enterprises moving forward. Everything you know has changed. We cannot go back. I may even want it to. We just can't for a variety of reasons. One I hinted at earlier, the Cold War with China. We lose the AI and the quantum war, which we're probably slightly behind now, maybe more than slightly in quantum and robotics and drones. We might be done. It's that impactful. And from a societal and geopolitical perspective, with guests I have on and some of my solos this summer, we will tackle this. Going back to what I said, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to enjoy the summer, that I don't have a family, that I want to travel to some great places, and I will. I'm just not going to take any significant time off. And right now, I'm in a very, very creative space. And I'm really feeling it in the things I'm talking about and what I'm implementing. And you could all be a part of this. Again, I've said this before as well. I know I'm not always likable. Some of you felt I might have been a little rude to Ron coming on as a guest. I don't think so. And to Ron's credit, he didn't need a prequel or planning of the questions beforehand. But I just really feel the things that I'm talking about and what I'm doing in AI integration, where sometimes it's frustrating for me that such a small percentage of you see the value. You're so wrong, so wrong. It's like startling to me. So again, forget about likability, although perhaps it is something I could work on. It's intellectual rigor, capacity, and causing you to be a critical thinker and think for yourself and put yourself in a position to be more future forward and that things are changing. You might be wrong about some things, and that's okay. But are you willing to be open-minded? For fellow poker players, you do all know as new information comes in, we need to adapt. And sometimes that means to fold, to give up, to leave the chips on the table for the promise at minimal of mitigating risk and not losing more. So these are all very, very important things moving forward. And I just find the industry just really isn't that good. Events are terrible in this community. Rarely I'll hear a good speaker. Rarely I'll have a room full of true principals or real allocators. And even then, a lot of the speakers or a lot of the thinking is groupthink. And most family offices just really aren't that good. Why am I best practicing to them? First principles thinking. First principles thinking, breaking things down completely and then understanding it and building it back up. Also a pretty good part of the family office mansion. So all of these things are things you could be engaged in, be a part of, have 24/7 effectively, maybe give me 2 or 3 hours to sleep, 24/7 access to me by simply being a member and getting far more favorable opportunities in these special things I'm doing in 360 review, in family office mansion, and things like the AI Family Office Masterclass, all things rolling out this summer over the next 2.5 months. So no, it's not too early. Jump in now. Go to angelorobles.com, go to my website, go to membership and join. Boom, just do it. Don't overthink about it. And then have that conversation with me as we do our onboarding call a couple of days later about the masterclass, about some of these other initiatives. Let me get you first in line for me and the other gentleman whose name will be known in about 2 more weeks when I can make that announcement, and be in line for that 360 review and the opportunity that will bring you. Perhaps the family office mansion, given its somewhat complexity, its time, and the cost, is not going to be for everyone. That may be 2 or 3 assignments that me and my dream team, I may actually end up doing one in Europe, but we'll save that discussion for a different time. I am pretty connected in Central Europe. I did have an opportunity of doing a variation of that for a family in the Middle East, but we could, again, save some of the thoughts and lessons learned from that for the future. That is going to be limited because it takes a massive amount of time. It's not just the 4 days. It really is probably 40 to 60 hours of the pre-planning, of structuring, organizing, and then even post it. So it takes a lot of time. And even that figure that I noted, many of it going to logistics and people coming in, is not hyper profitable for me where I'm just going to drop everything for it. I want to make it where it's not too crazy and reasonable, because I enjoy doing that sort of hands-on work and making things happen at the moment. But by being a member, you get that ball rolling on everything. So go to angelorobles.com and join. There's a membership tab. My write-up is okay. It's probably not the best in the world. Who cares? Click, join, well, pay. Then you're officially joined. Then you get to reach out for me on the onboarding, and we're up and running. If you just want to do the AI Family Office Masterclass, June 23rd and 24th is a one-off. That's up on the website too. You'll see the AI Family Office tab. And even the Family Office Mansion is up there on angelorobles.com as well. The one that's not yet, somewhere late June into early July, will be the 360 Family Office Review. I think we're going to stick with that name. I may change it, but that's just a name. Who cares? It's what you're going to get and who's involved with it. And again, that is all coming to bear and will be known by everyone in the coming weeks. So any of you can reach out to me at any time. My email, and again, I will be taking 30-minute blocks beginning late June into July with me and the other gentleman. So reaching out and locking that in for that 360 Family Office Review, you have nothing to lose. You're going to, less so me, more so the other person, but like 2 pretty thoughtful, experienced, intellectual people with unique insights combining together. Like, I kind of don't see how you could turn that down. Just me. So email me at angelo@angelorobles.com. Go to angelorobles.com to learn about the programs that I'm doing to join and become a member. And in my final comment, if there's any questions coming in besides the one that I fielded a little while ago on LLMs that are using, and yeah, the challenge with many of you is you just know OpenAI and ChatGPT, and even then you don't know it that well. You never use the reasoning model. Do you know how to toggle back and forth between that and the other or others? And then what are you doing on your prompting and follow-up? And I got a whole plan. I learned the hard way. This is 100 hours of work that I put into prompting in financial and other affairs that my AI Family Office Masterclass attendees, they just get all that. They get that in my PDF, my packet, what I share, as well as what we're literally doing at the moment. But they get that. And there's so much more out there. Again, Anthropic's doing really cool things. Google with their Gemini, and now their Veo and their Astra, which is the deep mind and how it's visual. You show it things and what it's doing. And I'm loving Perplexity. And even DeepSeek, Mistral, and others on some things in certain niches are so good. So good. And then when you could, there's a technique I could teach you with a platform to compare with one prompt, get input from multiple LLMs, and then tweak it and run it from there. Oh, exciting stuff, but maybe it doesn't say much about my personal life if I find all that so exciting. But I promise to enjoy some great food, some great wine. You know, with me, cigars. I'll have a dip or two in my hot tub here and there. So to me, and time with family and friends, but I'm here to work. I'm excited and a little fearful of what's going on in the world. And knowing that I feel I don't want to take time off, that this summer is the time to put my foot to the pedal and that pedal to the metal. And now is the time. And I feel it's that way for you as well, or you wouldn't be listening to this live or watching the recording. So go to angelorobles.com, one, just join, period. I would say about a third of my now, 54, 55 members are people that never even spoke to me. They had the confidence to move forward and join. Oh, but I promise you, you'll hear a lot from me from there, including our onboarding and including the fact that you get many, many communications from me. What I'm writing, what I'm doing, pre-videos, the programs I'm hosting. This year already, Miami, Palm Beach, especially in LA, were incredible. And the year got a long way to go. There's so much to do. And all of you could also reach out to me. Sometimes I don't always pick up the phone if I don't recognize the number or have the member name tied in where it pulls up the member name, but I look at every text. You could always text me at 203-570-2898, 203-570-2898. Well, it looks like no further questions came in. Okay, maybe the text one. So what's like a big three that I look at within the family office? Well, I've always said it was people, technology, and systems. Now with technology, that is getting close to being right there, unless your people, your person, your people are really, really incredible. And then they're incorporating AI and technologies into what they're doing and the decision tree. But the other big thing that I was going to say, people seem to like things in threes. I would say your capability of allocating AI, your people, and where Elon Musk is great in capital allocation. And that's what great CEOs of public companies do. That's what great operators and private companies do. That's where, of course, Warren Buffett was incredible as well. So you really want to focus, and some of the consultative work I do with families and executives, understanding first their foundation, their architecture, what's their goals, how are they achieving those goals, what are their OKRs, what are their KPIs, their key performance indicators. These all need to be identified. How could you get better at things you can't measure? People like Peter Drucker and Jim Collins are like incredible to me. I look up to them so much and feel like I've learned so much from them directly over the years that has been incredibly valuable. But going back to those three things I said, now, again, the last 6 months, AI creeped in there. It was people and capital allocation only before. But now it's AI allocation, people allocation, and capital allocation. You get those three right, maybe even 2 out of the 3, but really, you want to get all of them right. Who was it? Meatloaf, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I'm talking now to folks that are in my age genera from the growing up in the late 70s, so you'll all understand. So any Meatloaf fans out there, pop that in the chat. You get an extra thumbs up. So again, I'll go back to your ability to properly focus and allocate AI on your people and on capital allocation. Those are the big three that will be the determinant of success. So now breaking that down into first principles, how do you then take that and optimize for all three? Henceforth, you're getting the value, a little more so of my one-on-one consulting, but this plays into membership and really plays into everything that I'm doing from all the other platforms this summer or programs. It all comes back a lot to that first principles thinking and breaking down from AI, people, and capital allocation. So henceforth, you're getting some of my insider secrets already, and I'm just giving it away. Look at that. So I hope you're all going to have a great weekend. Hope you're all going to have a great summer. By now, many of you know how to reach out to me. Follow me on both YouTube at Family Office and at Family Office TV. I'm also active on LinkedIn. I'd like to be more active on X. I'm okay, and I'm a premier name brand on that. I'm at Family Office, just like I am on YouTube. But really, go to angelorobles.com, my website. Learn more, interact, and become a member. And that's where you get it all. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Great weekend.